Okay, here we go, rock and rollers. Welcome to my COVID friends or my AT friends. I got some AT friends taking it. So here's what's different. Let me talk about what's happening that's different today. What we were doing before was simplifying, and it did not have an equal sign. And today, everything, actually for the next 3 days, everything that we do will have an equal sign, meaning our answers are actually going to be a number. So it will look something like this at the very end. W equals something like 5 or 21 or 3/7. You're going to get an actual answer. So before we were leaving these as fractions, today the question is, what's the easiest way to do a math problem with a fraction? And the answer is not to have fractions. So my job is to teach you how to get rid of the fractions because we don't like them. So rather than deal with them, we're going to try to get rid of them. I call this multiplying through, and I've heard other people call it clearing the fraction. So what we're going to try to do is, the thing that's bugging me is 2, 3, and 2. And what I'd like to have is no 3, no 2, no 2 down there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to walk you through this first one, and then I am going to tell you the steps afterwards. So our job is this. I want to start by thinking, is there a magical number that I could think of that 2 and 3 would both fit inside of? 6, absolutely. It's the common denominator. So we're going to use the common denominator not for a denominator, but to magically get rid of the fraction. So the first thing that we want to do is get that common denominator. And the next thing we're going to do is give every little one of these guys that denominator. I'm going to give it to this guy. I'm going to give it to this guy. And I am going to give it to this guy. And watch what happens. The deal in math is when you have an equal sign, you can do anything as long as you do it fairly, right? So it's okay if I was going to come in and chop off Kyle's finger as long as I did everyone's finger, right? That would be fair because, you know, is it horrible and terrible? Sure. But fair is what's important here. So watch what happens, and it's really cool. I'm going to now cancel my denominators by saying 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 6 2 times, and now that 3 on the bottom is gone. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 6 3 times, and now the denominator there is gone. And finally, 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into that guy 3 times, and now my denominator is gone. And I had someone in my last class go, how did you know they would all go away? Because I picked a magical number that would work. So now it just becomes a typical Algebra 1 problem. We're going to distribute this 2 right here and right here. So we're going to get 2w minus 6 plus, we're going to distribute that guy to here, 3w equals, and we're going to distribute this guy here and here. So we're going to get 3w plus 12. No, I'm not going to lie. It's not the easiest problem you've ever done, but it genuinely is Algebra 1. It's nothing scary. It doesn't even, and it's got no fractions. My goal is to say, I don't want problems with fractions, so let's get rid of them. So now we're just going to add up our w's. We're going to get 5w minus 6 equals 3w plus 12. We're going to get our w's on one side and our numbers on the other. And someone over there in COVID land, I just pointed at stuff. You have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm doing this. I'm going to get 2w minus 6 equals 12. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. I'm going to get 2w equals 18. And finally, divide by 2. The actual math, super, super easy. W equals 9. And that's what we're doing. Like literally, our job is not to do them with fractions. It's to think of a smart way to get rid of the fractions. Does that make sense? So here's what you want to write down. Here comes our steps. How to solve equations with fractions. here's how, get rid of them, have no fractions, right? So the step one, the first thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna use the common denominator, the common denominator. And we're gonna give it to everyone. Then we're gonna cancel the denominators. And then we're gonna distribute and solve. Like algebra 1. And that's it. That's really it. Tonight, they're going to be pretty nice and easy, just numbers. They're going to get a little trickier as the week goes on. We'll do a little trickier tomorrow, and then the trickiest ones on Monday. And I'll let Ilya grab a quick picture. And let's try one ourselves. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Oh, sorry. And you know I'm taping if you want to watch it. Okay, so here we go. You ready? Step one, we need a common denominator. I think of it as a magical number that gets rid of my denominators. So I need a number that will get rid of a 9 and a 3 and a 2. So what would be a number that all three of them could fit inside of? What is that? 18. 18, awesome. 18 is a perfect choice. If you ended up picking a bigger number, it wouldn't be wrong if you just have a little bit bigger numbers to use, but it'll all work out at the end. So just as long as you give me something that everyone will fit inside of. But remember, everybody gets it. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. Again, I'm not cutting off all 10 of Kyle's fingers. That's me. I cut off everyone. Okay? So now we're ready. Let's get rid of the denominator. Let's do some canceling. So I know that 9 goes into 9 one time, and it goes in there 2 times. I know that 3 goes into 3 one time, and it goes in there 6 times. And I know that 2 goes into 2 one time, and it goes in there 9 times. Right? I love that part. Now, we're just going to go back to algebra 1 and do a little bit of distribution and solving. And you guys are really good at this. 2 times 7 is going to be 14x. 1 times 6 is just going to be 6. And finally, don't forget, I put him in the back because that's where there's room, but he's going to go to both of those guys. 9x, careful there, minus 9. Are we cool with that? I would like you with your neighbors. Could you solve that, baby? Could you figure out what the answer is? Take a second. See if you're smarter than me. But I really love these because we don't do solving with fractions. We get rid of the fractions. And that's why I like them. When you have an answer you like, if you want to whisper it to your neighbor, and if they get it wrong, you are welcome to openly mock them and make fun of them, because that's always fun. Oh, Andrew, that's the way. Mock him. I enjoyed watching that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all my x's on one side. I'm going to get 5x plus 6 equals negative 9. I'm going to get all my numbers on the other. I'm going to move the 6 over. So I'm going to get 5x equals negative 15. And I'm going to divide by 5. Divide by 5. X equals negative 3. How'd we do? Did we do okay? Yeah? Not bad? Okay. How about you trying this one? Now, the only thing I want you to watch for, be careful right here, yeah? You know me. It's been a whole year over and over and over. Thank you so much. Andrew, this is for you at 11. Over and over. I hate minuses. You know that. I hate that. So you know I'm going to do this action, right? I'm going to put it right there. And if it even makes you happier to do this, like you know me, I'm kind of a baby about the whole thing. I put a negative 1 right there. You don't have to do that, right? But if you end up feeling like, why am I missing these problems? It may be because you're losing that negative somewhere in there, that minus, that negative. Common denominator to me looks like 18, yeah? I think everything goes into 18. Give everyone an 18. See how you do. How was your test, Ashley? How was your test? Yeah.
It's good.
Good. You felt confident?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still didn't get you ready. I'm going to let you keep working. I'll start working. And I haven't actually done this problem yet. I think I skipped it in the other class. So let me see if I can do it really quick. I'm going to get a 3 there. I'm going to get a 6 there. I'm going to get a 1 there. So here's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a 6n minus 3 plus negative 6n. Did you get that negative 6n? That was a little tricky. Equals, and I'm going to make it 1n plus 4 because it's just 1, right? Because the 18's canceled. So I'm going to, ooh, look at this. This guy and this guy go away. So here's what I have. I have negative 3 equals 1n plus 4. My job is to get n by itself, right? So I'm going to move this guy over, So I'm left with 1n, or n equals negative 7. How did I do? Can I see some finger wiggles out there? People got it. Yeah, we got a few. There we go. God, that was literally the slowest. Like you guys are just like jellyfish at this point. Yeah.
I got positive. Did I need the question before? Oh wait, I got negative n.
Yes, you did. You got negative n equals positive 7, but I want regular n, so I have to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, so I get n equals negative 7. Does that make sense? Good question. Yeah. It was 6n and negative 6n, so they just cancel each other out. Makes 0. Good question as well. I think I'm not going to do this problem. I just want to show it to you. Some books write it the way I've been showing it, like this, with the numbers on the bottom. And some books and some teachers write it with the fraction in front. And you know the difference? No difference. You could write it like this, or you can write it like this, and it's the same. So what I want you to do, we're not going to do this problem because I want to get to the last one, but I don't want you to freak out. If there is a fraction in front, just go ahead and put it over if you like it better that way. Or you could do it like this. I give this guy 15 and this guy 15, and they cancel. So it works the same way. Just don't let the fractions in the front freak you out. I have one last little one I do want to do, and that is this. Here's what I need you to know. There are not 2 fractions in this problem. There are 3 fractions in this problem, but one of the fractions is kind of hiding. Can anyone tell me about the hiding fraction in there? Kieran, touch me. What is it? It's the 2 over 1, right? So what I have to remember is, even if it looks like I really need to get a better analogy than the chopping of the fingers. But if it looks like someone, it doesn't look like Cal's at a table group, but I am still going to cut off one of Cal's fingers, even though Cal is sitting over there, right? So that's my point. If I'm doing it to everyone, this guy is going to get it as well. So I do that to help me remember. So let's try this one. What will be my common denominator that I'm going to use to magically get rid of a 1, a 4, and a 3? 12. You got it. So give this one a shot. I'm going to start you off, and you're going to keep rolling on it. He gets a 12. He gets a 12. He gets a 12. The only difference is on that 2, nothing cancels, so it will be 2 times 12, right? So just remember, if you've got whole numbers, they are really fractions as well. They just hide it better, right? This is our last example. Yes. Oh, is that my house? Where did it come? Someone took it, and now it came back. 3rd period, it was gone. Thank you. I'm so glad it's back. And so I made another fake pass, and now the fake pass is gone. I got nothing. And then someone yesterday, I said, I lost my pass. And they go, is this room 11? I said, no, why? And they go, well, that's the one in the bathroom. Yay. So, okay. I'm so happy it's back. My day is better now. Thank God it's Thursday. Are you guys wiped? I'm exhausted. Just like every morning I wake up and I think, wow, I have aged 10 years. Okay, you ready to do this one? Let's see what we get. I know that 3 goes in there once and he goes in there 4 times. And don't forget he's going to go to all this stuff. The 1 doesn't do anything. So the 12 is going to stay. And then finally, that guy's going to go away. That guy's going to turn into 3 and he's going to go to all that stuff. So here's what I've got. 8p plus, 60. That's scary. Plus 24. Oh, I have an answer that I try to avoid as a teacher. I try not to have 420 as answers, and I try not to have this as an answer. So, because y'all are going to be like, oh, so, and then it's awkward for me as a mom. The whole thing is. So you'll see in a second. 8p plus, is it 84? Does that look right? Equals 3p plus 15. Oh, here it comes. 5p plus 84 equals 15. And yes, if you subtract 84, you get negative 69. Divide by 5, divide by 5. There you go. You know, you literally can't do that with freshmen. You literally cannot have that number with freshmen. Oh, sorry. Did it disappear? There you go. You just. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. No? Did the thing just disappear? Where did that one go? You know what? It's because I made such a deal out of it. It totally just disappeared. Let's see if I can find it. It is literally just gone. And I love that problem. How is that possible? It's gone. Sorry, I can't find it now. You know what? Because that whole 69 thing upset me. I got nothing. Okay. I could come back and help you if you need it. So let me tell you what you're doing. That's just so funny. I made a deal out of it. Your homework is a lovely joke one. You know the joke is stupid. So, oh, sorry, people. I'm stopping here.